All right, guys, so we are gonna go over your cable pullover here. So can be a great movement for the lat teres region, get ourselves in a good position, get a nice contraction there. So a lot of times we do see things being done wrong here. So standing a little bit too upright here and swinging that upper arm, really getting into extensive shoulder extension here. Like you can see, Dillon's nice and upright. As you see here, Dillon's actually doing almost more of a tricep push down movement, lots of change in elbow angle, just not ideal and optimal for getting those lats in position. Now, if we hinge over a tiny bit in this position, about 45 degrees here, slight bend in the elbow, and what we're really trying to do here to get this lat shortened is pull from the elbow. So we don't want to drive the hands down. We're thinking about pulling the elbow back beside the lat itself. So in this position here, Dillon is getting that lat nice and short. We're extending, reaching up and forwards, and then pulling those elbows back. So as Dillon is a little bit further back from the cable here, we're actually gonna be loading more of a lengthened position. As he contracts and pulls the elbows, now we walk closer to the cable, we can alter that a tiny bit. This is now gonna alter the tension to be a little bit more in the shortened position. It's gonna be a little heavier here in the shortened position when Dillon pulls those elbows back to really isolate that shortened position of the lat. So again, we can play around with this movement, find somewhere in the middle if we wanna be safe with it. Really, really good movement. Like I said, are you gonna load it a crazy amount and use it as a primary mover? No. Can it be very, very beneficial for other movements throughout a session? Yes.
One thing too to add to that is we don't want to see a bunch of extension at the spine, and we want to have a neutral spine, but some people, depending on their structure, me included in this, all of my lat movements, just because of the way that my arms like insert into the GH joints, I am really going to work on actually flexing my upper back, and this is going to help me get into my lats a little bit better.
Yeah, and there will be a lot of people who actually do need a slight bit of thoracic flexion to get that lat fully short.
One cue to help initiate that is I like to just take my finger in the sternum and I try to tell people that however much pressure I push here is how much I want to kind of see that move on the other side. Because what ends up happening sometimes is people just do this and they kind of just fold their whole spine over versus just compressing down from the top rib down, just like that.
Another really good way to do that now, since we're talking about it, put your middle finger on your hips, your thumb on your rib cage, and pull those together. Shorten the space there.
Yep.